Hello guys, welcome again to the channel. Today I want to discuss this news article I found, which I my opinion is that is very concerning, the language that this President Zelensky is using. He's already talking about post-war Ukraine and what he imagine will happen or how Ukraine will be after the war finishes, and you need to just read the summary of this. It says that he imagines soldiers in cinemas, supermarkets, and people with weapons in Ukraine's future. So this is an speech of Zelensky with Ukrainian reporters, and is really not good in any way, shape, or form. And it's funny how the language he's using kind of trying to create sympathy from Israel, probably trying to create sympathy from Jewish people around the world because he himself is Jewish, but is just not correct what he's doing here, in my opinion. He's talking about Ukraine becoming a big Israel with his own face, and that's what they are trying to say here. Exactly, this is the part that is very concerning. That says they will be trying to emulate the Israeli security state, and we know what are the consequences of this. And then he goes on to try to make some comparisons, some parallels between the situation of Ukraine and that of Israel. The story of Israel is another story altogether, which we will not go into today. There's enough coverage of the things that Israel does to the Palestinians, so I don't imagine Ukraine becoming an, a big Israel something positive. Definitively not, and certainly not for his neighbors. Certainly not for its population. I don't think that this will be something positive. I don't know why he's even mentioning this. At this point, I just see Zelensky everywhere trying to just push some kind of agenda. I honestly don't know what he's trying to get, other than weapons, which most military strategists, which I'm not one of them, but people that are knowledgeable about military strategy, they all agree that Ukraine already lost the war. So sending more weapons won't change anything. They could send today 500 fighters, you know, airplanes, and it won't change anything. It can send 1,000 tanks, and it won't change anything. The backbone of the army is broken, and is not going to change in any positive direction. Besides all these arms or these weapons that he's asking for, there is no way to deliver them. There is no way to deliver them without involving the country that is donating the weapons, if you want to call it, involved in the war. Because giving weapons to another state that is in war is like an implied war declaration, and I think everyone will recognize that fact. The fact that in any war that, let's give an example, US was waging, you never saw a country giving weapons to the rebels. You never saw a country giving weapons to the Iraqis. You never saw any country giving any kind of support to any country that the US was invading, because they knew that if they do that, they will enrage the US, and they will automatically imply that you're declaring war on the US, and then nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be targeted by the US, and that's it. So Zelensky telling that this is what he sees for the future of Ukraine is definitely nothing short of utopia and completely nonsense. Not only that, but him talking about this will not produce any good results under the current circumstances. If you read the statements of Vladimir Putin at the start of the Ukraine-Russia conflict, he said that one of the objectives of the campaign was to demilitarize Ukraine. So why will he allow Ukraine to become a military state, a police state after the invasion? There is absolutely no point in that. In my opinion, if Vladimir Putin will see this kind of statement, he will automatically, decide that Ukraine will never become an independent country again, because this is about Russia's security, strategic security. Has to do with geopolitics and just geography altogether. Ukraine is the border with a number of NATO states. So this is what Ukraine was trying to become, a NATO state, and becoming a threat to Russia. Ukraine before the war stated that wanted to become a nuclear power and have nuclear weapons. So all this rhetoric is not going to produce any good results for Ukraine. This article was from Haaretz, and I will post the link in the comment section if you want to see the original. And if you have problem accessing this article, I will also use this other alternate link in case you have problems taking a look at this. The article talks about many other things. It's interesting read. This is written by Sam Sokol. So I just completely disagree with this view of Zelensky on the future of Ukraine, as if it was something positive to have these kind of predictions for the future. So just to summarize, I don't think Russia will take these kind of statements in a positive light. There were already some comments from the Russian leaders, leaders saying that it was possible that the peace talks were going to end, and I don't think that, based on what Zelensky is doing, I don't think he intends to comply with any concessions that are given in the peace talks. So whatever concessions he gives, he's not serious about it. He's not sincere about it. He's just not interested in complying with any of those concessions, if there were any. So that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. In the comment section, you can ask any questions or write your opinion. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and activate the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released. Okay, guys, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching.